Welcome to this special edition of Community Speaking. The 14th Annual Highland Summer Conference was held recently at Radford University and was sponsored by Radford's Appalachian Studies program. The conference explores the heritage, environment, and culture of the Appalachian Mountain region through the talents of area poets, novelists, artists, and musicians who draw inspiration from the beauty and special characteristics of our region. This year, one of the participating musical groups was the Appalkids, a group of students from Pulaski County High School. The Appalkids were formed in 1985 by Mrs. Rebecca Hancock, an English teacher at Pulaski County. Since they began performing, the Appalkids have earned distinction and brought attention to local folklore and history through their music. The Appalkids have traveled nearly 7,000 miles through 6 states and the nation's capital, practicing, performing, and attending cultural events, and sharing the rich history and knowledge of the mountain region. Today's program was produced with the assistance of Dr. Parks Lanier, professor of English at Radford University. And now we'd like to show you some excerpts from a live performance performed by the Appalkids and videotaped during their visit here during the Highland Summer Conference on June 20th.
When the groups first started, the main reason for having it was to give students an opportunity to do some storytelling on club day. They had done that in the middle school and they enjoyed it. They wanted to continue it. That's still part of the group's work, but it certainly isn't the focus. I think the focus of the group now is to educate people about the Appalachian region and about the people who live here. And to share their understanding of the people and the culture with others, whether you live in the region or whether you are living outside it. The Appalkids help dispel stereotypes of the Appalachian people in several ways. One, they certainly are commendable representatives of Pulaski County and the region. And traveling throughout the region as well as outside of it, they are wonderful representatives of the people here. Many people also consider that because you are from Appalachia and therefore the mountains and you have been isolated geographically, you haven't had an opportunity for a good education, for example. Perhaps they think that we might not even be able to read. But I think the students dispel that image when they make the audience aware that they write their own performances, that they research their performances, that they present a bibliography of references that they have used for writing their performances. Also, at the end of our performances, we provide audiences with bibliographies of Appalachian literature. I think it makes people aware of how much literature is available about the region and written by people from the region.
Traveling the gospel road can be the lonely way, and you might feel downhearted when you start another day, but it's gonna keep you moving on when you understand you're marching up to Zion in heaven's mountain band. Up on the mountain I can hear them play, and there's a spot for me if I trust and obey. So when I get discouraged traveling through this land, I listen hard and I can hear. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all our ways, if we keep on the sunny side of life. Up on the mountain I can hear them play, and there's a spot for me if I trust and obey. So when I get discouraged traveling through this land, I listen hard and I can hear heaven's mountain band.
This next song that we'd like to do for you is one of our favorites because it reflects our group philosophy.
I don't want to cry anymore. I don't want the blues in my back door. I just want heaven to pour a little sunshine down on me. And I don't want complaints to pass my lips, jealousy or any ego trips. Send me just a little bit of heaven to call my own, and a place where I can sleep. I don't want to cry another day. I just want to sing and I want to pray. I want to be good and I'm going to try to stay that way every day I live my life. And I want the gold and silver I spend coming from my heart and going to a friend. Send me just a little bit of heaven to call my own, and a love that's mine for keys. Next time those teardrops fall and heartaches come to call, I'm gonna find that rainbow's end. Next time those teardrops fall and heartaches come to call, I'm gonna find that rainbow's end. And I don't wanna cry anymore. I don't want the blues in my back door. I just want heaven to pour a little sunshine down on me. And I don't want complaints to pass my lips, jealousy or any ego trips. Send me just a little bit of heaven to call my own, and a place where I can sleep. Send me just a little bit of heaven to call my own, and a love that's mine for keeps.
I was interested in becoming a part of Appalkids because I'd seen them a couple times performing when I was in the middle school, and as I came up I decided to audition, and auditioned a couple times, and then just as I got in, my interest just progressed. Basically our performances are based toward stereotyping, and people have stereotypes of Appalachians according to dialect and things like that, and well, we've tried to dispel the image and show that dialect doesn't mean anything intellectually or that way.
In Rise and Shine, now what's your favorite moment?
Well, that song is about my only real solo, so that gives me a chance to get out and just sort of make myself known within certain things.
Even though the world may use you, turn around for rise and shine. Remember how they did poor Jesus, why they nailed him to the cross. But he died up there on Calvary so the world would not be lost. So no matter how they treat you, if they slap you in the face, just remember Jesus loved you on that cross, he took your place. Rise and shine in the early morning, shine your light all through the day. Makes no difference what they tell you, stand right up and have your say. For the good Lord said he loves you, and through him whose strength you'll find. Even though the world may use you, turn around for rise and shine. Even though the world may use you, turn around for rise and shine.
I was interested in becoming a part of Appalkids because I'd heard about the different stories they did and how they tried to teach people what Appalachia was really like and that we weren't just a bunch of hillbillies. My favorite moment in Cat and Rat is when I go up to the man and tell him I need the key to the crib, and I tell him this big long reason why, and he just kind of stands there and looks at me and says, "What?"
Now, how many of y'all out there have ever played Mumbly Pig?
Has anybody ever heard of it?
Okay, yeah. Well, for those of you who don't know, we're going to tell you how to play.
Well, you take a knife and you balance it on the end of your finger. When it falls, it's supposed to land blade first into the ground.
Well, now one day, the cat and the rat were playing Mumbly Pig. And Catty started losing. Y'all know how cats are. They don't like to lose. So when that old rat wasn't looking, Catty reached over with his Barlow knife and he got off her tail.
Catty, you give me my big long tail back again.
No, can't do it. Not unless you go down to the cow and get me some milk.
Well, okay, but I'll be right back. Cow, pray cow. You give me milk, I get Catty milk. Catty, give my big long tail back again, please.
No, can't do it. Not unless you go down to the barn and get me some hay.
Well, okay, but I'll be right back. Barn, pray barn. You give me hay, okay, give me milk, I get Catty milk. Catty, give my big long tail back again, please.
Well, I'd like to help, but I'm all locked up. You'll have to go down to the shop and get the key.
Okay. Shop, pray shop. You give me key, I get barn key. Barn, give me hay, okay, give me milk, I get Catty milk. Catty, give me my big long tail back again, please.
I got a lot of work to do in this shop. I don't have time to fool with mice.
It's just a little bitty key.
Well, I tell you what. I use a lot of coal in this shop, so if you go down to the coal bank and get me some coal, then I'll give you a key.
I don't think I have an account at that bank.
Use your Visa card.
Okay. Bank, pray bank. You give me coal, I give shop, coal shop, give me key, I get barn key, barn give me hay, okay, give me milk, I get Catty milk, Catty, my big long tail back again, please.
Bah! You think it's fun being a coal bank? I've been sitting here for 2 million years, waiting to become a diamond. The way people come pick all over me, there won't be anything left to be a diamond.
It's just a little bitty piece.
Oh, well, I tell you what. If you go get me a feather, I'd be plumb tickled.
I can do that.
But not just any feather. I want an eagle feather.
An eagle feather?
Yeah.
Where am I supposed to get an eagle feather?
That's a good question. Where do you find an eagle feather? An eagle. Yeah.
An eagle?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Eagle. Pray eagle. You give me feather, I get back feather. Give me coal, shot, give me key, I get barn key, barn give me hay, okay, give me milk, I get Catty milk. Can I get my big long tail back again, please?
Well, why don't I just eat you and save you the trouble?
No.
Well, okay. If you go down to the sow and get me a little piggy, ouch, I'll give you this feather right here.
Okay. Things I'd do for my tail. Sal, pray Sal. You give me pig, I give eagle pig. Eagle give feather, I get back feather. Bank give me coal shot, give me key, I get barn key, barn give me hay, okay, can I get milk, I get Catty milk. Can I get my big long tail back again, please? For those of you who don't understand pig Latin, that means if you go down to the crib and get me some corn, I give you that piggy right there. Okay. Crib, pray crib. Yeah. You give me some corn, I get corn. So I give me pig, I give eagle pig. You give me feather, I get back feather. Bank give me coal, I get shot, give me key, I get barn key, barn give me hay. Okay, can I get milk, I get Catty milk. Can I get my big long tail back again, please?
Okay, you want some corn?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, why did the chicken cross the road?
I don't know. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why, to show the possum that it could be done. Yeah. That's pretty funny, wasn't it? Oh boy. Got another one for you. Why did the flamingo stand on one leg?
I don't know. Why did the flamingo stand on one leg?
Well, if we picked it up, he'd fall down.
That's not the kind of corn I mean.
Well, that was awful corny.
I know, but I want the kind of corn you eat.
Oh, well, I'm all locked up. You'll have to go down to the man and get the key.
The man?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, now, as it happens, that man had something of a headache that day and was really in no mood to talk to rats.
Down here, man, down here.
Marge, get the decon.
No! Man, pray man. You give me key, I give me corn, I give sour corn, so I give me pig, I give eagle pig, you give me feather, I give big feather, give me cold, shot, give me key, I give barn, give me hay, give me milk, I give kitty milk, give me big long time back again, please.
Say what?
I want the key.
Oh, why didn't you say so here?
So,
the man gave the rat the key, the rat gave the crib the key, the crib gave the rat the corn, the rat gave the sow the corn, the sow gave the rat the pig, the rat gave the eagle the pig, eagle gave the rat the feather, the rat gave the bank's feather, rat gave the rat the coal, rat gave the shot, top gave the rat the key, the rat gave the barn, barn gave the rat the hay, rat gave cow, hay, cow gave the rat the milk, and then
here's your milk. Caddy.
Oh, yes, let's exchange on 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 2.5.
Caddy.
3.
Caddy, what are these knots doing in my tail?
Meow.
Caddy, I'll get you for jumping rope with my tail.
Danny, why were you interested in becoming an Apple Kid?
Well, my brother was in the group for several years before I joined, and my interest sort of stemmed from his. I got a chance to see the group perform several times, in fact, many, many times, and became good friends with many of the members.
In Grandma's feather bed, what's your favorite moment?
Well, I was doing a performance. It was the Appalkids reunion performance, and this was the first time I had ever done the song on stage. In fact, the first time that I had ever been allowed to sing on stage. And a young lady that I was dating at the time was sitting in the audience, and I managed to thoroughly embarrass her during one portion of the song. And so that was lots of fun.
It hold 8 kids and 4 hound dogs and a piggy that was stole from the shed. Didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. After supper, we'd sit around the fire, the old folks spit and chew. Ma'd talk about the farm and the war, and Granny sing a ballad or two. I'd sit and listen and watch the fire till the cobwebs fill my head. Next thing I know, I'd wake up in the morning in the middle of the old feather bed. It was 9 feet high and 6 feet wide and soft as a downy chick. Made from the feathers for 11 geese, took a hold of the cloth for the tick. It hold 8 kids and 4 hound dogs and a piggy that was stole from the shed. Didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed.
Well, love my ma and love my pa, love Granny and Grandpa too. Been fished with my uncle, rest with my cousin, even kissed Aunt Lou. But if I ever had a choice, I guess it ought to be said, I'd trade them all, plus a gal down the road for Grandma's feather bed. Yeah, I'd trade them all, plus a gal down the road.
Danny!
Okay, maybe not the gal down the road.
It was 9 feet high and 6 feet wide and soft as a downy chick. Made from the feathers for 11 geese, took a hold of the cloth for the tick. It hold 8 kids and 4 hound dogs and a piggy that was stole from the shed. Didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. Didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed.
I always wanted to be an Apple Kid from the first time I saw them perform. I was in middle school. I didn't know what to expect. I just heard some people calling themselves the Apple Kids were going to be on stage. The 8th graders were to go see them. I was in 7th, but I managed to sneak my way in. And I was really impressed by the songs they did and enjoyed the stories and always hoped to become one. Tried out 2 times and 2 times rejected, but finally got into the group my 3rd time, and I've really enjoyed it and happy I got in.
The next story we're going to do for you is called Soap. We hope to clean up with it. Soap and clean. I had a friend who was an elephant. He liked to clean. He was in the circus. He quit after a while. He didn't like working for peanuts. Didn't like working for peanuts.
Yeah, I get it, Chris. Trust me. Once, there was this lady, and she was going to wash her clothes, but she found out that she did not have any soap. So she hollered to her son, "Son, I want you to go down to the store and fetch me some soap. I want you to remember, soap
soap, soap, soap.
So he went on down the road, came to a slick spot, slid up, fell, hit his head, and could not remember what it was his mama had sent him to get.
Well, there had it, and there lost it. There had it, and there lost it.
Then a man came down the road and saw him, went up to him, says, "What you lost?"
Well, there had it, and there lost it.
"What you lost? I'll help you find it."
There had it, and there lost it.
Well, the man figured the boy was crazy, so he decided to go on down the road, came to that exact same slick spot, slid up, said, "Dag blame that mud, it's slick as soap."
Soap, soap, soap.
Man figured he was making fun of him, grabs hold of him, says, "Say you're sorry you done it, you won't do it again, or I'll whoop you good."
I'm sorry I done it, I won't do it again. I'm sorry I done it, I won't do it again.
Boy goes on down the road. About that time, he comes up to a woman who'd fallen in a ditch, broke all the eggs she had in her basket.
Sorry I done it, won't do it again. Sorry I done it, won't do it again.
She jumps up, grabs him, starts boxing his ears, and then throws him in a ditch and says, "Now, I'm out, and you're in."
I'm out, you're in. I'm out, and you're in.
Then the boy comes up on a man who had a wheel stuck in the mud.
I'm out, and you're in. I'm out, and you're in.
"Hey, son, why don't you come over here and help me get, since one's out, why don't you come over here and help me get the other out?" So the boy pushes and gets that wheel back out on the road, goes on his way.
One thou, get the other now. One thou, get the other now.
Comes to a one-eyed man.
One thou, get the other now. One thou, get the other now.
Grabs him, smokes his breeches good, looks at him, says, "You shouldn't say such a thing to me. You might have said one's in anyway."
One then anyway. One then anyway.
Well, the boy goes on his way, comes to a place where there's this lady washing her clothes in the creek, and her two young'uns are running around, or one of them falls in the creek. She goes to get him out.
One then anyway. One then anyway.
A woman takes off running back up the hill, grabs him, gets ready to whip him, and she looks at him. She sees how pitiful he looks because he's been walking back and forth in that mud, and he's got it all over him. He's been wiping his crying face with his muddy hands. She looks at him and says, "Why don't you go home and get your mama to wash you up with some soap?"
Soap, soap, soap.
He heard that, took off flying down the road, finally gets to the store, gets the soap, takes it home to his mother, hands it to her. She sees how dirty she is. He knows what's coming. She takes his clothes and all, sticks him in the creek, and washes him up. She takes him out. He's not clean enough yet. She sticks him back down in the creek. She cleans him up again, takes him out. He looks pretty clean. So she takes some water and rinses him off. And then she takes 2 clothespins and hangs him up on the clothesline so that he can dry while she's finishing her washing.
Once, a rabbit and a monkey sat talking on a log.
And that rabbit, he twisted his shoulders.
And that monkey, well, he scratched his head.
And that rabbit, he would twitch his nose.
And that monkey, well, he scratched his back.
And that rabbit, he would twitch his eyes.
And that monkey, well, he scratched his leg.
I sure do wish you would stop that twitching. It's a bad habit.
Bad habit? Look at you, scratch, scratch, scratch.
I can stop any time I want it to.
Me too.
Oh yeah? Well, let's have a contest. And the first person who scratches or twitches first loses.
Okay.
Ready, go.
I got an idea.
What?
Let's tell stories.
Okay, you first.
Well, yesterday I was walking downtown, and this boy, he started throwing rocks at me, and one hit me here and here and here and
Well,
here.
that's nothing. The other day, I was walking down by the swamp, and this big old cloud of mosquitoes came by, and one bit me here and here and here.
I give up.
Me too.
After all, it's very hard to break a bad habit.
I was interested in becoming an Apple Kid because I saw them perform at the middle school, and they did a really good job, and it seemed like something I'd be interested in doing, and I like singing and performing for others, so I went and got an application and decided I would join Appalkids.
How has being a part of this group helped you understand the region?
Being a part of Appalkids has helped me understand the region because we travel many places in the Appalachian region and meet some interesting people, and we've read several articles and books about the region, and you really learn a lot.
My favorite moment in the song When It's Gone is it's the very last song of the performance, and it sort of like summarizes the whole performance just in one song, and it really is a nice way to end the performance.
With the blue sky above me and the valley down below, I want to hold my head up high and listen to the wind, 'cause when it's gone it won't be back again. I want to sing the kind of songs that my dad sang to me and try to be the man hope that I would be. He said you only get one chance, you better do the best you can, 'cause when it's gone it won't be back again. I want to wear my Sunday coat and hold your hand in mine and hear you say you love me until the end of time. I want to find forever and every moment that we spend, 'cause when it's gone it won't be back again. Wear my Sunday coat and hold your hand in mine and hear you say you love me until the end of time. I want to stand upon a rock like I did when I was young and hold you close beside me and watch our children run. We only get one chance to listen to the wind, 'cause when it's gone it won't be back again. We only get one chance to listen to the wind, 'cause when it's gone it won't be back again. Yeah, when it's gone it won't be back again.
Well, we hope you have enjoyed that performance by the Appalkids. And thank you for joining us for this special edition of Community Speaking. I'd like to thank Dr. Parks Lanier of the Appalachian Studies Program at Radford University and Mrs. Rebecca Hancock, sponsor of the Appalkids, for their help in producing this program. See you next time.